Hi, I'm Deborah JOYa. Welcome to Yoga Juvenation. Let's begin by just moving around a little bit, feeling the body, noticing the breath. If you have two mats, I recommend putting them perpendicular to each other like mine, so that way you can turn on the mat and still be able to look at your device. You can also use blocks, blankets, or bolsters if you'd like. Let's bring those feet under the hips, spread the toes wide, press the whole footprint into the earth, and lift at the core, the center of the body. And then bringing the fingertips together at the root, let's inhale, slide those hands up, exhale, out and down. Flowing slowly with breath, and just notice. You might imagine you're clearing your energy field here. You might feel the energy of the hands passing the body. This time we'll stop with the hands at the heart center. Take a moment for gratitude. Just being grateful for breath, body, yoga, this opportunity to enhance our well-being. And now rolling the shoulders back and down. Let's reach from the backs of the shoulders through the fingers into the earth. And on the inhale, bend in the knees. On the exhale, straighten. And as you move, stretch that mat. So push your feet apart and really feel your feet and legs. This is a grounding exercise. Helps us get in touch with our bodies and grounded into the earth. Good. And then coming up to center, focus your eyes softly on a spot in front of you. And inhale up onto the toes. Exhale onto the heels. Inhale, lift the fingers in front, and exhale, lift them in back. You can continue to flow, maybe even 1 foot at a time if that's better for you. Or if you'd like, come up and hold, pressing the ankles towards each other, keeping the heels where they are, but drawing the ankles in to keep them protected and to strengthen. Good. Bringing the fingers in back, perhaps lift a little higher, at least in your imagination. And then slowly release down. Let's engage that core and shake things out. Once again, just allowing yourself to release things a little bit out of the body and mind. Let's shake those hands out. This vibration is very good for loosening up the fibers in our muscles and tissues. All right, and then bringing the feet just a little bit wider than the hips, bending in the knees. Hug the tummy in and begin to move that upper body around. Body responds well to movement. It's really a good idea to move before you go into stretches. And let's reverse that. Again, imagine the fibers of your body just loosening up, allowing liquid to flow between and around them. Good. And coming to center. We'll bring the feet back under the hips, toes spread. Lifting at the core, relaxing the shoulders. Let's turn the head slowly side to side, creating a stretch in the neck on each side. Good, and then coming to center, sinking one ear down a little bit. Let's reach across and massage that neck. Massaging up into the head a little bit, and also into the shoulder and upper arm. And switching to the other side. So the tissue here is all connected, so when you massage one part, you can loosen the whole area. Good, and coming back up to center. Let's step the feet wide, turning those toes out about 45 degrees and pushing the feet out or stretching the mat. Begin to move a little bit. Perhaps hug the tummy in, hinge forward. If you have blocks, you could have your hands on blocks. You could also have your hands on the mat here. Good, and coming back up to center, we'll inhale through the nose, and you could bring your arms up. Exhale, ha, out the roof of the mouth and sink. Keeping that torso upright as you move. That ha is out the roof of the mouth, almost out the nose, and it sounds like flowing water. So you might connect with this water that's flowing right past and under me. Good, and let's hold that squat as deep as you'd like to go. Press the thighs out, press the feet out, and bring that left hand down, the right arm up. Draw your shoulders down, lift at the core, and sink to the side. Good. Pushing the thighs apart helps you find ease by using all the muscles of the legs. Let's switch to the other side. Shoulders down. Soften that neck, face, and head. Good. Back to center, perhaps sinking. Inhale from the root to the top of the head. Hold the breath there. Do your best. You might also be lifting the root. And then exhale. Thigh it out. Toe heel those feet in. Engage the core and shake things out a little bit. going to loosen up with some fire breath. So one hand on the belly, one hand on the chest. We'd like to breathe in the belly. The hand is on the chest to check in. We'd like little or no movement there. So pulling the tummy up and in abruptly on those fire breath exhales. You could start with the mouth if you'd like. And then breathe through the nose. Take it one at a time if you're not used to it. If it's comfortable and in your belly, you can go quite fast. You never want to breathe fast in the chest, so check in. Make sure it's in the belly. Same breath, except now the heels of the hands are in the low back. Pressing into the balls of the feet, the knees are bent, and we're massaging and bouncing on those fire breath exhales. Massaging the low back helps to relax us because we have nerve endings there from the parasympathetic side of our nervous system, the calm side. Good, and now motion in place. You can bounce your heels or run in place. The breath is slow. The slow breath now keeps us calm. Good, and slow it down. Step the feet out a little bit. Lift at the core and flow side to side. Relaxing those shoulders, relaxing those arms like rag dolls. Good. Let's open up in Warrior Two. So we're going to bring that left foot out to the side and the right foot turned a little bit towards it. Thighs are rotating outward. Let's roll the shoulders back. Place the hands at the hips and draw those shoulders and shoulder blades back and down. Inhale, lift the front toes. Exhale, stretch the mat and sink, flowing with breath. So lift just those toes. So you're stretching out the foot and also creating strengthening here. We want that knee to be pointed right towards the toes, but not go past the ankle. So as you come into the posture, make sure you can see your toes. Thighs are rotating outward in order to use all those leg muscles and protect your hips and low back. Shoulders are rolled back. You might bring the arms out. Relax the shoulders and reach with those fingers. If you'd like, turn and look towards the front hand. Nice slow breath through the nose, into the belly. On the inhale, let's reach, turning that palm up. And then exhale, reverse warrior. Or if you want to straighten your leg, reverse triangle. Hug those leg muscles, lift at the core, and sink back. You can look into the upper part of your upper arm if that's comfortable. Good, and then slowly back to our Warrior Two. Let's bring the front hand or arm to the thigh, the other arm 90 degrees from the body, and draw it back in triangle. So this hand could also be on a block or on the floor. I like it on the thigh. Opening that heart. Let's turn the palm upward and bring the arm near the head. Pressing the arm into the thigh, lift the side. This is why I like to have my arm on the thigh, because I can really press into that thigh and open up the side body. Good. Then a quarter of a turn reach, reaching from the mid-back through the fingers. Good. Pressing with the feet. Let's slowly rise back up to Warrior Two. And then reverse Warrior or Triangle. Shoulders down, lift at the core and sink back. And this time let's look down towards that back foot. And you might take that lower arm and wrap it around your back. Remember, if your legs are straight, you want to especially be hugging those leg muscles in to protect the knees. Good. On an exhale, we'll release out. Let's toe heel the feet in, engage the core, and take things out. And then step over to that other side. Shoulders rolled back, hands at the hips. Work those shoulder blades in and down. Inhale, lift the front toes. Exhale, stretch the mat as you sink. Keeping that back foot grounded on the earth and the back leg straight. Good. And walking it out is necessary. So that knee stops right over the ankle. And make sure it's also going towards the toes. Let's rotate the fronts of the thighs outward. And if you'd like, bring those arms out and let them float. Relaxing the shoulders, reaching with the fingers. Good. You might be looking towards that front hand. Good. Let's reach with the front hand. Turn the palm up and take it back. Either reverse warrior or triangle. If you're in triangle, hug those leg muscles in. Pushing through the top of the head, but keeping the shoulders down away from the ears. Good. Let's slowly come back up to warrior. And then bring that front hand or arm to the thigh. Open that upper arm back. Shoulders again are away from the ears. You might be looking towards that hand. If you have the hand too high, then you're really not getting the release in the upper back. If the arm is 90 degrees, it feels so good. Let's turn that palm up, bring the arm near the head, press into your thigh, lift your side. Enjoy that stretch. Imagine you're between two walls, so make sure that upper shoulder isn't coming forward yet. Good, and now we'll reach it forward. Getting a stretch through the mid-back, reach through those fingers, perhaps looking at them. Pressing with the feet, slowly back up to Warrior Two. And then reverse warrior or triangle. This time you might look down towards the back foot and wrap that lower arm around your back. Nice slow breath through the nose into the belly. Good. And then on an exhale, we'll slowly release out of it. Toe heel the feet in, engage the core, and shake things out. Good. Let's go back to that fire breath, bellows breath. And we'll do the kidney version. Massage and bounce on those fire breath exhales. Motion in place, slow breath through the nose. Good, and then slow it down. Step the feet out a little bit, and let's lift under the ribs and flow. So we're going to balance, so if you'd like, you can be next to a wall or a sturdy chair or table. When we're balancing, it's very important that the standing leg is strong and straight and the hip stays over the ankle. If we let it fall out, we actually wear out the attachments of the very muscle that's responsible for balancing. So it's very important to keep that hip in. So if you need to use something to hold on to, please do. Spreading the toes of that right foot. Let's press into the earth and lift at the core, hogging in all those muscles in between. Shoulders rolled back and down, reach from the backs of the shoulders through the fingers into the earth. And then focusing your eyes softly, begin to move that other foot. So your toes could be on the floor. Your movement could be small or big. Reaching with the fingers is helpful, but if you'd like, you can move the arms. Remember, the standing leg stays straight. You're hogging those muscles in to keep the bones stacked to hold you up. And again, if the hip is going out, lift it using the core or hold on to something. Let's bring that foot down, spread the toes. Begin to really press that foot into the earth. Lift at the core, hug in, leg, buttock, core. Shoulders rolled back, reach with those fingers and begin to flow on this side. Keeping most of your focus on the standing leg. Finding ease there. Remember, you can move the arms if you'd like. Allow an internal flow in that standing leg. When we try to hold things tight, we don't have sustainability. Good, and let's bring that foot down and shake things out a little bit. Just like in life, when we try to be tense, we don't handle a situation as well. When we flow with it, allow it, then we can handle things a lot more easily. So let's do that in our tree posture now. So spreading the toes of that first foot, press into the earth, lift at the core, hug in, leg, buttock, and core. And bring your foot to either the side or the front of the leg. So it can be anywhere but at the knee. And let's press the palms together right at the center of the chest and open that knee outward. Remember, we're lifting at the core as we press the foot into the earth, keeping that hip in place. I recommend the forearms parallel to the earth so that you can really press with those palms. It helps your balance and it helps you use those upper back muscles. Good, which also helps the balance. And then bringing the arms out if you'd like, shoulders down, fingers reach, lift at the core, press that foot into the earth. I was just imagining one of these birds here landing on one of my hands. That would be pretty cool. And then when you're ready, you might imagine the wind flowing through your branches and allow the branches to flow with it. And let's bring that foot down and move around a little bit. Good. Spreading the toes of that second foot, press into the earth, lift at the core. Hug in, leg, buttock, core. Bring your foot to your posture on this side. Remember, make sure it's not at the knee. Palms press. Lots of strength between the palms really helps. Open the knee outward, that helps as well. The more muscles you engage, the easier the balance is. And remember to allow the flow in that standing leg. Let it flow, let it have a level of ease. Good. Remember those softly focused eyes. If you'd like, bring your arms out. Reach with those fingers. That replaces the pressure between the palms in helping your balance. Good. Whenever you're ready, you can let that wind flow, let your branches flow with it. And then slowly come out, engage the core, and shake things out. Good. Let's bring those feet right under the hips, toes spread wide. We're going to do some shoulder rolls here. So press into the earth, lift at the core, and then inhale those shoulders up and back, exhale down in front. Just loosening up a little bit more. And reverse that. Good. And now turning the palms out, let's bring those arms up. They can be bent if necessary, and maybe you'll clasp all the fingers with the index. Pressing with the feet, lift root and under the ribs, and on the exhale, take it to the side. Inhale, center, exhale to the other side. So as long as you're pressing with the feet and lifting at the core, it's perfectly safe to let those hips sway to the side. But of course, make sure what you're doing feels good at all times. Modify as necessary, or feel free to do something different. Let's come up to center, rock the base of the pelvis forward, lift root and under the ribs, and go back gently. Inhale up, exhale, flow the arms down. Let's step the feet out, lift and flow. Slight smile relaxes your face, helps you to relax the whole body. Good. Okay, we're going to slowly come down onto the hands and knees, so this might be a good time to grab a drink of water. Please always keep yourself hydrated. When you get to the hands and knees, just move those hips around a little bit. You can go side to side. You can take the head and the hips in the same direction on each side. Good. And now we'll begin cat-cow. On the inhale, sink the stomach, sink the chest, raise the head. On the exhale, lift the stomach, lift the chest, lower the head. Flowing slowly up that spine. Keeping the arms straight. And if you'd like, you can engage that core and start using the core to move the legs. So on the inhale, core takes the right leg and the head up. Exhale, core lifts, knee and head come towards each other. And then inhale, left leg. Switching sides on the inhale. Take it your own pace. Use that core. Good. Finishing with the left leg. Let's come into a wide-kneed child's pose. So your feet could be together or apart. Let's sink the hips back. The hands could be under the head or up above the head on the mat. If this bothers your knees or low back, you might try bringing the feet further apart. Or just don't sink the hips back as far. And let's relax as we open the heart to the earth, just being grateful for this mother who cares for our needs, who provides even the air that we're breathing right now. And you might walk your upper body over towards the right. It could feel good to put the left hand on top of the right one. And as you relax into the earth here, maybe just imagine you're letting something go. You don't even have to know what it is. Just let something go. And then over to the other side. And again, you could put the right hand over the left. Breathe with the earth. Relax. Good. And then slowly coming back to center, we'll engage the core and stretch out into Sphinx posture on the belly and forearms. Pressing the arms into the earth, let's move around a little bit. Good. And then coming to center, we'll pull the arms and shoulders back and push through the top of the head. If you want, you can bring the feet up above the knees, press the thighs into the earth, and get an even deeper stretch right through that spine. Good. And then bringing the feet down, let's keep pulling the shoulders and arms back. And then sink the chin down to the chest. And you could shake the head or move it around a little bit to soften in that neck. And then let your chin sink deeply. See how deeply you can relax that head. Inhale into the upper back and the back of the neck. Exhale out the top of the head. And on the inhale, turn and look to the left. Slowly bring the head up. Exhale, turn and look to the right. Slowly bring it down. Small movement. Make sure you're turning the head to the sides to protect the vertebrae. And let's reverse it. Just loosening up in the neck. So important. Good. Next time you come up, get another stretch. And then rock the base of the pelvis down. So you're pressing the pubic bone into the earth. Engage your core muscles from the root at the base of the spine into the belly. And lower until you're holding this posture as best you can with your core. And then bring the hands back under the chest or shoulders. Holding baby cobra here. So we're only using the hands as much as necessary to protect the low back. We're still rocking that base of the pelvis forward. And we're lifting now from the root to the top of the head, lengthening the spine. And then pressing with the hands, move slowly. Rise up as much as feels good for you. Keep the shoulders back and down. Base of the pelvis rock forward. Hold this as long as feels good. And then when you're ready, slowly flow back into child's pose. And I recommend the traditional child's pose with the knees together if that feels good for you. The hands can be under the head or by the feet. This is a gentle forward bend. Let's breathe into that low back. Expand on the inhale. Relax on the exhale. And after the next exhale, slowly rise up back to the hands and knees. So some people are going to want to stay on their hands and knees. Others are going to want to do down dog. So if you're doing down dog, walk your hands forward and out a little bit and spread those fingers wide. Roll the insides of the elbows forward to get the arms straight and then curl the toes under. I recommend keeping the knees bent at least at first. Press the hands away from you and lift with those sit bones, feeling a stretch through that whole upper part of your body. Good, and then begin to sink one heel at a time, stretching out the calves. If you're on your knees, bring that one foot back, put the toes on the floor, and pulse that heel back. And then make sure you switch to the other leg. And now if you're on your knees, come down onto the forearms. You're going to move those hips around a little bit, whether you're in down dog or on the forearms and knees. We'll raise the right leg now. In both postures, sink your chest down towards that left leg. If you're on your forearms, you can lay your head down. Reach from the core through those toes and then begin to point and flex and move the foot around. Good. Bend the knee and start to make circles with that knee, a few in each direction. And bringing that foot down. Remember, you can be on your forearms and knees or in down dog. Let's raise the second leg. If you're in down dog, that lower leg might still be bent. You're sinking the heel to the floor. And let's move that foot around and then bend the knee and take those circles in each direction. Good. Back to center. Let's move around a little bit. Remember, in down dog, pushing the hands away and lifting through those sit bones. Let's raise that right leg again. Reaching through the toes. So again, if straightening your leg makes you curve your back, then it's much better to have a bent knee and a nice straight back. Let's bend that upper knee, keep the standing leg right where it is, and raise that right hip above the left one. If you'd like, look under your left armpit towards that upper foot. Good, and switch to the other leg. Let's reach through those toes, feel that length. In down dog, push the hands away from you, reach through the core and through the toes. Good. And then bend the knee, raise that hip above the other one, perhaps looking under your right armpit. And let's slowly bring that foot down and move around a little bit. Good. When you're ready, coming back down to the hands and knees if you were up. And we're going to come to a seated posture. Butterfly posture. The soles of the feet are together. We're supporting with the hands and bouncing those knees. It could be small or big bounces, whatever feels good for you. Good, and let's send that right leg out and place the left ankle on top of the right thigh. Walking the hands back, so you're leaning back a little bit. Bend in the straight leg until you have a gentle stretch in that buttock of the bent knee, and then just start to rock side to side a little bit. So whichever leg is on top, probably your left leg, take your legs over to that side for a little bit and see how that feels. Please remember, everything is optional, everything's modifiable, and you can always do something different that's better for your body. Let's come back to center and switch legs. So again, bending in the knee, and just until you have a gentle stretch, and then rock side to side. Be gentle and easy on the body. Abrupt movements can cause adhesions in those fibers. We want to have slow, easy movements that help the fibers break apart. This will improve our circulation, it'll relieve pain, and it'll help our health in many ways. So let's take those legs over to the side of the upper leg. Good, and then bring that foot down. Hands are around the knees now, and on the inhale, we'll hinge forward, knees come wide. On the exhale, hug the tummy in, sink the chin, and open the back. Flowing with breath. Good. So we're going to come down onto our backs. If you'd like, you can take another drink of water. And when you come onto the back, we'll bring those feet and knees up in the air, hold behind the knees and bring them wide apart. And then just rock slowly side to side, massaging your back. Good. And then hugging the knees into the chest. Let's breathe into the abdomen, noticing the breath in the low back. Sending the legs up towards the sky, let's pulse them back. The legs can be bent. In fact, I recommend it. And then bring the legs wide and pulse back again. Good, and then joyful baby. You could hold behind the thighs, you could hold the fronts of the shins. Some people hold the feet or toes. Just make sure it feels good. And let's draw one knee down at a time to create a rocking movement. We want those shoulders and that upper body to be relaxed, so please don't reach higher than feels good for you. Good. If you'd like, you can stay in joyful baby or bring the feet together, drawing the feet in towards you as you press the knees out. Some people might press the tummy down and raise those feet more towards the sky, and maybe even use the core to lift the chest, bringing the feet and head towards each other. Whenever you're ready, back to joyful baby. Perhaps now holding stillness, drawing the shoulders down, being with the breath, softening in that root area around the base of the spine. Good. And let's use the core to bring the knees back into the chest. Clasping the hands around the knees or maybe holding on to the knees. Let's keep the head down and push the knees out so that it pulls the arms and lifts the shoulders. So again, if it feels good, your head is still down. So you're getting a stretch in the shoulder area and the neck. Good. And then bringing that back down, let's use the core to bring the feet to the earth. Walking the feet out to the edges of the mat, the arms are like a saguaro cactus bent at the elbows. And let's sway those knees slowly side to side, gently pressing them down on each side. Good, and now coming to center, let's walk the feet in a little bit and bring the right ankle up on top of that left thigh. You can use your right hand to gently press the thigh away from you. If this bothers the knee, flex the foot, pull the toes towards the knee, and this will engage the muscles around that knee and protect it. Good. From here, we're going to bring just the upper leg, that right leg, into the hands. So holding on to the foot and knee, and we'll rock this baby side to side. loosening up in the hip a little bit more. And then draw the knee and foot towards the chest. Softening. We want to find a stretch in that right buttock, the side of the upper leg. Another option for this posture is to have the ankle on the thigh. Bring both legs up and hold around the thigh or shin of that lower leg. Draw your shoulders down. If the neck is not relaxed, turn that head side to side a little bit and then breathe into the stretch. So if you create a strong stretch, you'll end up actually creating inflammation in the area, which could have more long-term negative effects. If you stay at the level of gentle stretch and gradually deepen, you can go a lot deeper into the stretch, and you're breaking up those adhesions, you're releasing inflammation and creating long-term good effects. Good, and let's slowly bring those feet to the earth and bring that other leg up. So once again, the ankle's on the thigh at first, and you're just gently pressing the knee out. Maybe the foot is flexed. And then we'll bring the foot and knee towards us and rock that baby side to side. And then hugging both knee and foot in. And remember, there's options here. You can hold this posture if you'd like, or bring the other leg up and wrap your hands around that thigh or shin, drawing the shoulders to the earth, perhaps turning the head a couple times to relax the neck. Make sure it's at the level of gentle, which I would say you still feel the pain of a stretch, but you can breathe slowly and relax and gradually deepen. The more relaxed you are, the deeper you'll go. Good, and let's use the core to bring that foot or both feet down to the earth, and maybe the arms are up overhead as you sway the knees side to side again. Good, bringing the knees into the chest, let's bring the hands under the lower part of the buttocks. We're pressing the tummy and low back down onto the floor, so make sure your sacrum is still on the floor. That's the bone at the base of the spine. And let's begin to use the core to make round, slow, bicycling movements. So press the tummy down and take it slow, and then you'll feel it in your core area. Let's reverse that movement. Pressing the tummy down. Good, and then coming to center, pull the toes back. On the exhale, push out that right heel and bring it back in. On the inhale, exhale, push out the left heel and bring it back in. If this raises your low back or bothers the low back, send your legs more towards the sky. If you don't feel it in your core, maybe you need to lower the legs and or move more slowly. Good, and let's hug those knees into the chest. Some people might engage the core from the root into the belly and use that core to lift the chest. Keep the neck and shoulders soft. Only hold if it feels good. And let's extend the legs up, flexing the feet and drawing them back towards us so the knees can be bent. The flex in the foot gives you a stretch in the calf. If it's available, you could reach for your toes. Good. If the head is up, bring it down. Let's take the legs into a straddle and hold there, drawing the shoulders down, drawing the legs back towards you, as well as opening them up if that's comfortable for you. Be with the breath, breathing through the nose into the abdomen. Good. Let's bring the knees into the chest again and use the core to bring those feet down to the earth. The legs are close together, and we're going to take the knees over to the left. And then bring that upper knee, that right knee, into your left hand if that feels good. We're rotating the upper body off to the right, so turn your belly opposite the knees, send your right arm out, turn your head to look at that hand. And we'll breathe into the abdomen again. On the inhale, gently pressing those muscles of the abdomen out in all directions, and on the exhale, drawing them back in. This is one way that we can slow the breath, and it's also a great massage for the muscles and organs of the abdomen. Perhaps drawing it deeper. One way to deepen is by bringing the knee closer to the chest and closer to the floor. Another way would be to maybe move towards straightening that upper leg. You can even reach out towards the toes. Good. If you straighten the leg, bend it. Let's carefully roll back onto our backs. Legs are together again, and we're taking the knees over to the other side. And now the upper knee comes into your right hand, and we'll rotate the upper body off to the left. Imagining you're turning your navel opposite the knees. And breathe. There are many advantages of breathing in the abdomen. Remember that pressing out of the muscles and drawing them back in. This also massages the nerves in the low back, which is part of your parasympathetic side of the nervous system. That side that's responsible not only for calming the body, but for healthy digestion. So we're helping our digestion out not only by massaging those organs, but also by activating the calm side of the nervous system. If you'd like, you can deepen, perhaps by bringing that knee up and closer to the earth, or maybe by moving towards straightening the leg and walking the hand out the leg. Remember the slight smile that helps to relax the face and the rest of the body. Good, and let's very slowly come back into center, knees into the chest, give them a hug. Good, and then bringing those feet down to the earth, let's walk them about hip-width apart and bring your arms to your sides. Rolling the shoulders under and lifting the chin. We'll press the feet away and rock the base of the pelvis up and roll the spine up. Lift the heels and roll the spine down. Flowing with breath, nice and slow. Massaging your back, if that feels good for you. If you'd like, you can hold the posture by raising the base of the pelvis, perhaps clasping the hands. Turn the head a couple times to soften the neck and make sure that chin is up so the neck is off the floor. By pushing the feet away, you're using your legs to hold the posture. The upper body can relax. Let's inhale into the belly and exhale all the way out the top of the head. Whenever you're ready, slowly roll down, perhaps rolling a couple more times. And then find your resting posture, Shavasana. You can always have a bolster or blankets under your knees, or you can walk the feet wide and let the knees rest to each other. If you're straightening your legs, I recommend moving one leg at a time. The feet are about mat width apart with the toes falling outward. And those hands might be about a foot from the body with the palms turned up. Notice your breath. You might move the fingers and toes a little bit, stretching them out, and then let them relax. You might turn the head slowly side to side, create a stretch in each side. And then bring it into center and relax. Move the face around. Create some stretches in your face. And then let it melt. And now we'll move those eyes side to side. Nice and slow. And then up and down. And then a few circles in each direction. And then let those eyes sink into your head and relax. And be with the breath wherever it is. Imagine perhaps that the head is breathing, expanding on the inhale, relaxing on the exhale. You can let that tongue float into the center of the mouth and soften. Relax the jaw, the cheeks, nose and ears, around the eyes and into the forehead. Notice your scalp softening, and relax down into the neck and shoulders, chest and upper back. Feel a flow of relaxation from the shoulders, down the arms, through the hands and fingers. And notice your breath. Relaxing deeply in the chest and belly and in the back. Allowing another flow of relaxation through the hips, the legs, the feet and toes. And now you might imagine your whole body breathing, melting into the earth on the exhales. If you're not already outside with the birds, you could imagine you're outside with the birds, just watching them flow from tree to tree, branch to branch, singing their song. You could even imagine a bird coming right up to you and singing to or with you. Allow that peace to fill your entire body, mind, and energy. You might imagine a gentle, warm rain, perhaps falling right through you, clearing and cleansing anything you'd still like to release. When you're ready, begin to move those fingers and toes. Perhaps stretch out a little bit. And then slowly roll over onto your side. And use the hands to slowly come up, letting your head be the last thing up. And we'll come back to butterfly, soles of the feet together, bouncing those knees. Walking the hands back, arms are straight, fingers face back. Let's press the knees down and the chest open, breathing into that heart center with gratitude. Being grateful for this body and breath, for your energy and your spirit. Being grateful for yoga. And connecting to inner being, perhaps imagining your own inner light shining from the heart center, filling your body, feeling your energy. Good, and then slowly coming to an upright position. Just lift the hands to our heart lights. Just honor this light that is within us and within all things. Namaste.